The Army veteran who drove a pickup truck into a crowd of New Year's revelers in New Orleans acted alone, the FBI announced today, reversing an earlier assertion that he may have collaborated with others in the deadly attack. Officials described the incident as inspired by the Islamic State group. The driver, Shamsuddin Jabbar, a 42-year-old American citizen from Texas, posted 5 videos on Facebook just hours before the attack. In the videos, he expressed support for the militant group and foreshadowed the violence that he would soon commit in the French Quarter. "This was an act of terrorism, premeditated and evil," said Christopher Ryer, Deputy Assistant Director of the FBI's Counterterrorism Division. He described Jabbar as being 100% inspired by the Islamic State. The attack on Bourbon Street resulted in 14 fatalities, including Jabbar, who was shot and killed during a firefight with police after he bypassed a barricade and drove his truck into the crowd. Approximately 30 people were injured. This marked the deadliest IS-inspired attack on U.S. soil in years, underscoring federal warnings about the resurgence of international terrorism threats. The attack comes as federal agencies prepare for potential changes under President-elect Donald Trump, who has proposed conspiracy theorist Kash Patel to lead the FBI. Ryer clarified there was no evidence linking the New Orleans attack to the explosion of a Tesla Cybertruck outside Trump's Las Vegas hotel the previous day. That incident involved a decorated U.S. Army Green Beret who died by suicide moments before the truck exploded. The FBI stated there was no evidence Jabbar had accomplices, but revealed he had also placed crude explosive devices in the area in an attempt to cause additional casualties. 2 improvised devices left in coolers were safely defused, while others were found to be non-functional. Surveillance footage showed individuals near one of the devices, but investigators concluded they were not involved. The FBI is seeking them as a witness. Jabbar's radicalization path remains under investigation. Authorities said he rented the truck in Houston on December 30th and drove to New Orleans the following night. His vehicle contained an Islamic State flag, and his Facebook videos included statements that he initially considered targeting family and friends, but decided against it to draw attention to what he described as a war between believers and disbelievers. Jabbar served in the army from 2007 to 2020, including a deployment to Afghanistan. He worked in human resources and IT, achieving the rank of Staff Sergeant, before transferring to the Army Reserve in 2015. A U.S. official disclosed that Jabbar traveled to Egypt in 2023 and later visited Toronto for a brief period, though the purpose of these trips remains unclear. Jabbar's younger brother, Abdur Rahim, expressed shock over the attack. "It doesn't feel real," he said. "I never would have thought it'd be him. It's completely unlike him." He described Jabbar as isolated in recent years, but said he had seen no signs of radicalization. "It's completely contradictory to who he was and how his family and his friends know him," Abdur Rahim added. Meanwhile, a highly decorated army officer had died by suicide, found inside a Tesla Cybertruck packed with fireworks just moments before the vehicle exploded outside the Trump International Hotel in Las Vegas. The explosion caused minor injuries to 7 people but did not significantly damage the hotel. The Clark County Sheriff explained that Matthew Liversberger, a 37-year-old Special Forces soldier, likely intended a more devastating attack, but the steel frame of the Cybertruck absorbed much of the blast's force. The explosion vented out and up, sparing the hotel's doors, just a few feet away, he said. Authorities are still working to determine Liversberger's motive. Kenny Cooper, a special agent with the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms and Explosives, noted the lack of sophistication in the device. "This is not what we would expect from someone with Liversberger's military experience," he said. FBI Special Agent Spencer Evans acknowledged the significance of the attack's location and the use of a Tesla vehicle, but said no evidence links it to any particular ideology. "We don't have information at this time to suggest a specific ideological motive," he said. Liversberger had recently returned from an overseas assignment in Germany and was on approved leave at the time of his death. Investigators discovered that he may have argued with his wife about relationship issues shortly before he rented the Tesla and purchased firearms. Inside the charred vehicle, authorities found a handgun at Liversberger's feet, another firearm, fireworks, a passport, military ID, credit cards, and electronic devices. Both guns were legally purchased. Liversberger rented the Tesla in Denver, Colorado on Saturday, charging it at various locations en route to Las Vegas. Surveillance footage confirmed he was driving alone. He had served in the Army since 2006, rising through the ranks of the Green Berets. He was deployed twice to Afghanistan and served in Ukraine, Tajikistan, Georgia, and Congo. Among his commendations were 5 Bronze Stars, including one with a Combat Infantry Badge and an Army Commendation Medal for Valor. The explosion came hours after Shamsuddin Jabbar drove his rented truck into the crowd in New Orleans. Both Liversberger and Jabbar had ties to Fort Liberty, formerly Fort Bragg, though officials found no evidence of overlap in their assignments or a connection between the two incidents. Tesla CEO Elon Musk stated that the explosion resulted from fireworks and fuel in the vehicle's bed and was unrelated to the Cybertruck itself. Musk, a member of President-elect Donald Trump's inner circle, has been a prominent supporter of the incoming authoritarian regime, including making significant financial contributions of around $250 million during his campaign. Neither Trump nor Musk were in Las Vegas at the time of the incident. Authorities continue to investigate the circumstances surrounding both incidents as questions remain about Liversberger's state of mind and his actions leading up to the explosion, which appears to be some kind of protest of Donald Trump's allegiance to the tech billionaire Elon Musk. I'm Anthony Davis. You can find me on the 5 Minute News YouTube channel and podcast, on Wednesdays co-hosting Uncovered, and on Sunday on The Weekend Show with MeidasTouch.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Midas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.